What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is the series where I cover all the lines of sight, wall runs, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in Black Ops 3. In today's episode, we're finally going to be getting into the Eclipse DLC maps. I know I'm about a week late on this, but I have been gone on holidays for the past week, which was just timed terribly, and today we're going to be covering the map Rift. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so Rift is a relatively small and very simple map, so there aren't going to be a ton of really unique spots that you didn't know about already, but I do have some really cool little sniper spots and a few things that you probably didn't know about this map. So first off, we have a nice simple one over by the C flag on this map. If you come all the way back here, you can actually have a look right through here and you can see the enemies that are on top of the stairs there. I'll just show you real quick where that is. Sometimes you get enemies that are trying to push through this window and you are spawning at the C spawn areas. And you can just have a little peek if they're coming right through here. They can easily see you here. This obviously works the other way as well, but it's not really as good the other way because typically people aren't just going to be camping back there. Next up, I have a spot that is probably considered to be quite campy, but it is effective, and in the right situation, it may be very, very effective. So if you're in a 1v1, or if you just want to bait an enemy, you know an enemy's in that room or something, and you want to just like bump the C flag and make them come out and play, if you come over here, you get an excellent line of sight on him as he comes through this doorway. He'll have no idea what hit him as he comes around that corner. And I will say this is perfectly symmetrical on the other side. I'm not going to show it, but it looks exactly the same on the other side. Now right over here, just an alternative, if you have enemies that are going to be coming from that wall run over there and they're going to jump out in the open, instead of challenging them out in the open like this with no cover where that's a 50-50 gunfight, I like to do something really simple, and that's just jump up on this railing and look over top of this. If you crouch, you're completely hidden. Stand up, you'll be able to pick them off, no problem. Now right over here is a spot that I was hoping would work for like sniper jump shots or even for like LMG jump shots or assault rifle jump shots, but it doesn't, unfortunately, very well. So you can actually jump up right here and you can see pretty much that entire side of the map over there, or at least a big laneway there, and it's great for a check spot. I will say that, definitely great for a check spot. I was hoping you'd be able to jump up and shoot through this chain link fence or whatever that is, the metal there, and get kills, but unfortunately bullets do not pass through that. So you can still hit a jump shot, but you have to shoot over top of that, which is very difficult to time. It is possible, it's just very difficult to time properly. It would be so much easier if you could just shoot through it at your enemies over in that direction. And again, perfectly symmetrical on the other side. Pretty much every spot I show, if not every single spot that I show in this episode, will be perfectly symmetrical. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. So there you go. Now, if you've played this map, you'll know that wall runs are everywhere. You can wall run on almost every surface on this map. And a really popular wall run is to wall run around like this and try to take these enemies off guard here. These are either the guys that are coming through here or the guys that like to camp up here and try to defend the B flag. I wouldn't call that camping. I'd call it defending the B flag. But anyways, you get people that sit here a lot. And a lot of times they'll keep an eye open over here and they'll be able to catch you if you just go for that high wall run. So instead, what I like to do is drop all the way down to like that little ledge there and wall run nice and low and then pop up. And they usually won't see you coming unless they happen to be looking in this direction. So you just pop up like that and you'll notice you're completely out of their line of sight unless they just happen to be looking over in this direction, which isn't very likely. Next up, just a really interesting spot over on this side of the map here. You can see the two windows over here. They're two really popular like sniping windows. But unfortunately, this glass you can't shoot through at all. Even with FMJ, I have FMJ on my gun here, and I can't get a hit marker at all through this glass. But if you strafe a little to the side and you still maintain your aim and you stay on target, you can actually hit the enemy through the wall itself. Now, keep in mind again, I'm using FMJ, and it does take a fair number of shots to kill, so it's not the most practical spot for picking off tons and tons of kills. But for finishing off the odd kill or just by taking an enemy off guard completely, it definitely works quite well. So pretty cool spot to know about. It helps to have vision pulse as well, just so you can see your enemy a little bit better through the wall so you can shoot them a little easier. Now right over here is a really simple spot that anybody could stumble across no problem, but I just wanted to point it out for those people that are trying to defend the B flag and they like to just sit right behind this spot right here because the enemies a lot of times are going to be capturing from up there. Or they'll be capturing from the other side laying down like this. But if they are trying to capture from that area there and they're standing up and they're trying to use that as cover, instead of challenging them from here, which they actually have a slight advantage because they have a little bit of a height advantage, come all the way back behind these rockets here and you can head glitch over top like this. Now you have more of an advantage in this gunfight because you're cutting off more of your body to the enemy and you'll be able to pick off those kills a whole lot easier. Like I said, very simple, but very effective. Alright, next up is a bit of a difficult shot to hit, but it's really cool to hit, and it's pretty safe to try at least a bunch of times. Like, you're usually not going to die trying this move every single time. And what you do is if you have the enemies camping in the window overlooking the B flag area, you can jump up here, jump into a wall run, and then you just jump with your sniper rifle and take your shot over top of the building, and you'll pick that guy off in the window. He'll have no idea what hit him. And this can actually work with an assault rifle or an LMG or maybe even an SMG, especially in hardcore. You just have to be really quick with your aim and you have to be good at jump shots. But you can definitely get kills through there by just jumping off the wall run and picking people off in that window. And again, perfectly symmetrical. I don't know why I'm showing you both sides every time, but I wanted to prove it. I want to prove it here. It is perfectly symmetrical, just like pretty much everything on this map. You can jump up here, pop out your sniper rifle or whatever gun you're using, and then just pop your kill. Alright guys, so the final set of spots I'm going to be showing you is on this far side of the map that we haven't really looked at yet. And that is to counter the people that are sitting behind this. Like, this might be very useful in Search and Destroy, for instance. Game modes where enemies tend to like lock down head glitches. Otherwise, like in Domination, you don't have much of a reason for a guy to be sitting here. So I wouldn't say this is the most effective spot for Domination, but it is definitely a possibility that you could get a kill through here. So first off, if you do have an enemy that's camping behind that, for instance, and you're towards the middle of the map and you want to start heading your way over towards that way, maybe you want to try and flank them or something, you can actually peek through here and you can easily pick them off through there. And a lot of the times, unless they're really paying attention to this, they're not going to be ready for you here and it'll be a very, very easy kill. Now this works perfectly symmetrically the other way as well. If the guy's on that one over there, you can easily pick him off that way. And even better, this is the one that more applies to like Search and Destroy, for instance. It definitely helps to have a thermal sight in this scenario as well, I should say. If you come around this corner, you can actually snipe all the way to the opposite side, the complete length of that, and pick that guy off over there. There's definitely going to be some sniper battles going on through that little crack there once people start to figure this out. And it's just a really cool spot that I thought I would definitely point out for you guys. And like I said, having a thermal sight definitely helps because there's a lot going on and it's just a very small crack to shoot through. But it's absolutely not required to have that thermal sight. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode of Maps Exposed. I know I didn't cover a ton of wall runs, but I didn't really find any wall runs on this map that were, I guess, not super obvious. And I don't want to just run around the map running on the really obvious walls and saying, yeah, you can wall run here and you can wall run there. So we're just going to be skipping over pretty much all the wall runs. Just know on this map you can wall run on just about anything. So I'd like to know in the comment section below, which one of the Eclipse DLC maps do you want me to cover next? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.